This is a general reading for Aries for mid-June. So if Aries is your center, moon, rising, or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I want to appreciate the support of Aries. The modifications I'm making to my channel visually, it's all trial and error. And it didn't work with using two cameras at that point. I have to refine it. So I'm back to using one camera, and to hopefully have so that you can see the cards. I think we're going to have to look at the best place to put them. I guess that'd be right in here. Plus I visually will hold them up so you can see them. I am here in Vegas, now living in Vegas. It's hot. It was 107 yesterday. And I have my little pack with me. I have Susie, who is new addition. She is from the Animal Foundation, which is the pound, and the shelter. And she was a stray at 10 months old. So I've had her since, I think, February or March. And then we can't forget Nina, my little Portuguese dog, who is in some of the videos, and she will be doing the card of the day. I'll post some of those little short videos. She used to lay on the table in Portugal with me. We would say work and she would come. I don't know if it's because the table is if it's warmer here and so she's uncomfortable. She also plays a lot with Susie, so that could be the distraction. And she's my 13-year-old Portuguese mini pin. Then I have Bella, I just adopted, and she is a 16-year-old dachshund mix whose owner went into assisted living. And so she is my new addition, and she is someplace staying cool. Sometimes she lays under the table. Sometimes she lays on the bathroom floor where it's cool. So she's my third little, here she comes. Well, here comes Bella. Hi, Bella. Yes. And she is so good, so well behaved. Yes. And she even plays with Susie. But when she gets tired, she tells Susie, that's it. I would pick her up, but she doesn't like to be picked up. And at this age, when she's 16, whatever she wants, if it's not destructive, she eats when she wants to eat. And I figured out now the foods that she wants to eat. And so she's just chilling. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck today. And I'm going to be offering some readings. If you want to send me an email, I'm going to do a few readings. It's going to be probably October or November when I start working in the bookstore. I'm waiting for my security clearance or my license from the city of Henderson. However, I also have medical that I need to wrap up before I can work in the store there. But that is my plan. Until then, if you're interested in a reading, send me an email. It can be by video or it can be live, and I use WhatsApp. So let's see what we have coming up, Aries. And I've already asked the Spirit to let us know. Let's see. Can you see that card? I don't know exactly what direction. Maybe it's over here. There we go. Okay. And the first card, I don't read the cards upside down, is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, if this was upside down, which we could read it that way, and maybe we will, it can be someone, straight up, it's a woman with money in the community, established. It can be a boss, it can be a company. Upside down, I would say that it can be some financial dealings with someone who is I don't want to say frugal, but they are they look out for themselves first, that they could be tight with money. If you were negotiating, if this was a boss, they would be less likely to give you the raise, the bonus. They would try to hire you at the lowest amount of money. Or it can be someone that you're having financial dealings with that is being very unyielding, that they are looking out for their interests. Bottom line, their interests. So it financially, this can be someone that you're having some financial dealings with, a boss or a company. And so it's about the Queen of, or you could be having financial dealings with them outside of that. Selling property, for example, negotiating some sort of agreement, a contract. That's the other way it can be interpreted. Crossed over by the Knight of Cups, which can be, moving forward, can be a younger person, it can be a relationship. It can be this Queen of Pentacles is representing the Knight of Cups in a role, like an attorney. If you're negotiating something, it could be sale of home also. So it can be two separate people. At the base of it is the moon. Yeah. Things, you need to use your intuition. Things are hidden. And so you need to really explore what's going on. And I think it has to do with some sort of negotiations or dealings with the Queen of Pentacles, or a business deal. And the Knight of Cups could be buying a house, it could be a relationship, it could be division of property even. But it says things are hidden. Remember I said that actually she looks out for herself, or for the Knight of Cups, and that things are hidden. You need to follow your intuition and look deeper, because if you look at the surface, that's all you're looking at, because there are things hidden. The moon indicates that there's more things that you need to look at. Behind you, the Ten of Swords reversed, which means the situation that you know what it is and you're moving forward. It showed really what it is, that you had an idea that there was something wrong, and you now know what it is. I think it has to do with this couple here, or business, and the Knight of Cups. It can be breakup of a relationship. It can be division of property. It can be financial dealings. But the Ten of Swords indicates that you felt stabbed in the back, but you now know what it is. You're moving forward, and like, well, that's what I know was going to go on. And really, people, if you know within yourself, you felt that there was something off, and this then proved it. And so you're like, oh, okay, well, now I know what it is. I can move forward. But there's still stuff hidden, which is indicated by the moon. What's on your mind is the Seven of Cups. Where are you going to go? What are your choices? That's what's on your mind. What's ahead is Eight of Pentacles. No, you don't need to bark. That is, no, Bella, you don't need to bark, honey. No. What's ahead of you is you're thinking about love, relationships, maybe a new home, or loving yourself. Nope, Susie, no, you do not need to bark. Come here. You're not going to bark. Come on. Then we have the Hierophant, the Empress, and the final outcome. What's the final outcome? This is my new crystal I got at a rock show. And the final outcome is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups goes right along with the moon. There it is. So Eight of Cups with the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. King of Rods. Could be business. The Hierophant. With the Death card. This could even be an inheritance, if someone's working on an inheritance. Can be a beginning and an ending also. The Death card. Ace of Cups. The Chariot moving forward. Eight of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you only, let's see. Yeah, just one nine. Oh, you've got the Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords behind you. Eight of Cups, or Eight of Rods. At the base of it, with the moon, is the Queen of Rods. You know, this feminine energy. It's either one person or it can be an organization. And then we have the Two of Swords reversed, crossed over by the Queen of Swords. Look at all that feminine energy. You have the three queens right here. Three of the four queens. You've got the rods, the swords, the pentacles. So the only one you don't have is the cups, which can be love or home. So it's dealings with a woman or a business or an organization. That's what your reading's about. So let's look in depth here. And I want you to be able to see the cards. So it's the Queen of Pentacles. Now this was reversed when I first pulled it, but it can be a woman, a position, money, an attorney, a boss, an organization, crossed over by the Knight of Cups, which is why I think it can be like property. It can be division of property. It can be some sort of domestic situation. And she's representing this person, or it's moving forward. You could even be moving, like to a new residence. Then we also have the Queen of Swords and a decision, because it's the Two of Swords reversed. So the Queen of Swords is feminine energy usually, that is like she knows what she wants, she speaks the truth, and she's real clear about it. Or it can be an organization, maybe, you know, and usually in that case it can be like a government organization or something that's very structured, and making some decisions about that. You could even be the Queen of Swords or someone around you, and based on that, you no longer are waiting. You can make some decisions, because the Ten of Swords is behind you, which will come up next, but the Ten of Swords is behind you. Then you have decisions. You're no longer in limbo. You still do have some decisions, but you're getting more clarity. Sword is cutting through to the truth, because at the base of it is the moon with the Queen of Rods. Now, the Queen of Rods can be an organization. It can be a feminine energy of someone who's approachable, helpful, mentor, boss, someone that, you know, like helps. But there's the moon card, which indicates that there's some things hidden. So maybe what you think it is not really completely shown, because the moon indicates things unshown and unrevealed at this time. So it's important for you to follow your intuition. And about the Queen of Rods, could be a job, could be a job offer, could be an offer regarding a business deal or property. You know, I think for some of you, For some of you, you are deciding if you're going to stay where you are or if you're going to move a distance. This is what Spirit is saying. For some of you, you are weighing your options. Do you stay or do you move? And these are opportunities presented to you. Maybe someone's offered you some money for your place, and you're wondering, is it fair? I mean, fair price. But you are looking at other options about maybe relocating. For some of you, you feel that where you are does not have the opportunities that you're looking for, and you're wondering if you should relocate to a different area. And there's other things that there's a lifestyle for some of you that you want to change a little bit. I don't know if it's that you wanted to, for some of you, you want to move to a larger area, not big city, but maybe has more services. For others, you may want to go more rural and have some small acres and be able to, grow your own vegetables and have a little bit of livestock. It's like a shift. So for some of you, you're thinking about shifting to a different area. Others, a shift of what kind of life you want, and then also for your family. Do you want to be able to have a simpler kind of rural area lifestyle for some of you, or some of you, maybe you want more services available or more opportunities for jobs. So there's sort of some of you are thinking about relocating, and there could be opportunities, but there is some deception that's going on. I see all this feminine energy. It can be, say, the moon, that you don't have the clear picture yet. Okay. So, when I had my camera, which I'm going to work on that, you have the lenses, and you turn the lens and you get a clearer picture. That's what you're doing right now, turning the lens to get a better picture of what's going ahead. And in the tarot, the swords are the ones where it's the clear picture, because the sword cuts through the veil to show what's really there. So for some, you're getting an idea of what it would involve, what would your lifestyle be. Now for me, I could give you my example, that I moved out of the country for 3 years. I moved to Portugal in December of 21 and came back in February of this year, 25. And so that was looking for a different life. And then once I get there and I turn the lenses, it's not for me. Well, we all have a plan before we come here of different lessons. And I've learned some lessons for me. And also it was a learning experience for me in in lots of different ways. Especially spiritually, because of what's happened to me when I was there with my health. And so every experience that we have, there is no wrong way, because you've learned along the way. And you can always go back and correct it. I did come back to the States after 3 years. I corrected it, after a while, and said, well, this isn't for me, but I did learn a lot of things. And maybe you're deciding, do you move to a larger area, or maybe you want to have a rural life experience. Whatever you decide, you're going to learn along the way. It's lessons. And you can always go back and change it, just like, see, what's crowning you is the 7 of Cups. Now, you don't know what's under all those cups, and the moon indicates that maybe there's some things hidden. But there's no wrong path. Because, and you can spend a whole lot of time going, oh, I don't want to make a mistake, gather the information, and, But once you go that way, that path, whatever it is, you learn something from it, and you can always go back and change it. And along the way, you have life experiences that you add to what you learned in this life. Because behind you was the Ten of Swords. Oops, and things rapidly changing. Ten of Swords indicates that you knew that there was something going on, and now you have the clarity, and so it almost forces you to make some decisions. And it's rapid decisions. So it could be unfair decisions at work. It could be some domestic things that, you're healing from it, but it was you felt stabbed in the back. There's the swords. Unforeseen things that were unfair, that were, unforeseen things by an individual or a situation which seemed unfair, unjust, or unfounded. And it could be like a layoff, but you had the seniority. Or it could be a breakup of a relationship and then the property division, and you have all these other people involved. Or it could be selling property, or a division of property, or some financial situation, which you have all these people around you, use discernment dealing with them. But also, if you have a professional, a person that you're dealing with, go with their advice, like an attorney or a financial planner, someone who you know that they represent you. But in the past, see, this is healing, but it was a situation that required a response, and that what you thought was going to be firm changed. And so it's a change of the path, a new opportunities opening up, and things are changing rapidly. So it could be a new job opportunity in a different town, or it could be relocation. Could be, there was one that just flashed. What was the other one? Because I just got a flash of something. For some of you, you would not make the change unless you had the Ten of Swords, because you were comfortable with where you are, and then it necessitates you looking at alternatives of different directions you're going to go. Part of it is that the unknown can be fearful because you don't know what's ahead. And so there's that adjustment, because if you had, well, it depends. If you were an intact family and you're now going through a separation, that's a whole adjustment of a lot of different things in your life. If you had the same job for years and years, and you know every day that you go to work and you'd have that job and you get the paycheck, that is very secure. And so there's an adjustment, and you don't know sometimes what's the next thing that's going to happen. If you have a new job, are you going to like the job? Are you going to learn? There's all that uncertainty. Yes, you are. You have the capability of learning a new job, but there's the fear of, like, I hope I, perform properly, or that they see that I can learn this job, that I can do this job, and the whole thing about the work environment and the people that you work with, and all those things that go through your mind, because what's on your mind is looking at some opportunities related to work or money, and you're looking at what your choices are, because what's ahead is work, and there's some sort of the Eight of Pentacles represents work, that you work and you get a check. You work hard, you get a check. But here's the Four of Pentacles, standing firm for what you will accept, because there might be some financial, not setbacks, but not as much as before, or some adjustments. So you had the work and you're standing firm for what you want. This is the duties I want, or this is the contract I want. But sometimes there could be less money, or that with inflation, your dollar doesn't go as far, or dollar, euro, whatever your currency is, it doesn't go as far. And so there can be adjustments. Now, I have been saying, and which is true, is that there are financial adjustments and adjustments going on in the globe that are global. It isn't just you. It isn't something that you have any control over. What you do have is, there is that oracle card, the Fates, which is basically the AA prayer. That the only thing that you can change is your attitude and your adjustment. I mean, that's what you can change. You can't change anybody else. And there are global things changing, going on, that are affecting maybe the supply, prices in the store, availability of products. So those things you cannot change, but what you can change is your attitude and your preparation. And, the skills that would come out of that. So it's affecting the globe. It isn't just you. And so I would not, if you're feeling like I wish I should have, could have, there's some things you just can't change. That it's what's going on in our universe for the adjustment. Because what we have here is Ace of Cups and the Chariot. Now, the Ace of Cups is on your mind, and maybe you're thinking about moving on to new relationships or moving to a new home. This can be moving to a new home, or moving forward, and looking for love, or self-love. It can be self-love also, but you are now moving forward. You're no longer stagnating. Then look at what we have here. We have the Death card with the Hierophant. Now, I don't know if I have talked about the Death card. You could be new to this. Death card does not mean death. Nobody's going to die. Well, if they die, it's not from this card showing. It's a reset. It's the ending of something and the beginning of something else, and this is the Hierophant, which can be conventionality, it can be government. So there's a reset around you. You could be dealing with the government, benefits, for example, or property. Could be property division. Could be you're thinking about building or a project or something, and you're having dealings with the government. Or a job. Could have a job with the government, which is ending. That's possible too. So it's a reset. Think of it as a reset. Then we have here the Empress, things starting to come with the King of Rods. New endeavors. I think some of you are going to get a new job, and it's going to be opportunities. What it shows to me is that for some of you, you were not aware of the new opportunities that were out there, nor that you would like them. And you're moving forward. This is the Ace of the King of Rods, could be a new job, and it's very lucrative. Maybe you have worked at the same kind of job for years, and you think that you're always going to be whatever your title is. But because of the change in that environment, you look at other avenues. For a while, you're going to look at something that's in that field until you realize that that field is drying up, whatever it is. And so it's taking those skills that you have and looking at new opportunities. Or things that you've wanted to explore that are now available to explore. And maybe you all wanted to have your own business, or you had a hobby that now you realize that you can make money out of it, from it. And it gives you more job satisfaction. And here was the opportunity, the door that opened for you. And then the final outcome, is this goes along with the moon card. This is exploring, because there's still things hidden as you look for opportunities. And it's the release of the past. If things didn't happen in the past, if you didn't have the swords, you wouldn't be looking forward in that, would not be looking at new opportunities, because you've got the 7 of Cups also. So if you didn't have the change, you wouldn't feel like you needed to expand your horizons. And that's what you're doing right now, is expanding your horizons. Now I'm going to pull some oracle cards. I got a whole bunch of new oracle cards. And Nina and I will be doing the card of the day, coming up with some of those. So this is, what deck is this? Mystic Manifesting Oracle deck. So this is about manifestation. And let's see what we have here for Aries. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. And angels and archangels and spirit guides. So the message would be, you have the moon in 2 locations in your reading, is there's things hidden for you to explore. There's new opportunities ahead, and choices, the 7 of Cups and the Death card. And remember, death is not death. It is a beginning. There's a new beginning coming for you. What card do we have for our friend Aries here? Thank you. And look how quiet they are now. My little fur babies here. Okay, the card is Aspire Higher. Think expansively, and the cosmos conspires to grant your wishes. I create in my own destiny. Now, we talked about new opportunities. So this is, don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. If you wanted that new business, if you wanted to go take that evening course at the community college for new endeavors, if you wanted to sell and relocate, it is Aspire Higher, whatever it is. Think of unlimited opportunities, and the only limits are the ones that you put. And I'm going to put that card right there for you, because that's an important card here. Let's see. Are you able to see that card? There we go. Okay. There. And then I'm going to pull the Ask Your Guides. Angels and archangels and spirit guides of the light. What is the message for our Aries here? There. Okay. I'm going to put a little video up of introducing Bella. I'll be doing that, plus card of the day with Nina. And I'll put a little update on my health, which will be like October. Things will start really moving, that I can have more options. I think it would be what I would, options or moving forward. Okay, look at this card here, number 36, Abundance. This is your card, Abundance. Look at that. Number 36. Here's the book. Okay, the key words are receiving, surprises, kindness, and blessings. Your joy guides message to you. Fill your heart with gratitude and appreciation for the good things in your life right now. More blessed abundance is on the way. Look at that. Now, what I used to do, especially if I was having a valley time where things didn't seem like, well, I had a lot of challenges, what I would do is I would start counting my blessings. And I would do that even if I was driving or walking or what, you know, if you're washing the dishes or whatever, and start thanking the universe. I thank the universe that I had a bed to sleep in last night, and that I had food this morning, and I have clean water, and that I, you know, have healthy children, or I have my health, or I have a job, you know, whatever it is. And it can be that it's hard to think about your blessings because you're feeling like you have all the challenges, and look for the little things. It could just be a little thing like, I feel blessed that I was able to have jam to put on my toast this morning. Simple. There are people who don't have toast or anything to eat. I'm thankful that I have clean water, that I can turn on the faucet and I have water. There are people who do not have water. Or I'm thankful that I have hot water, that I can, you know, take a nice hot shower or bath at night or in the morning and feel very good. Whatever, you can do little blessings. You start doing the blessings and then you'll see, because what you're doing is you are attracting what you're speaking. As you speak, you attract what you're speaking. And what you're speaking is abundance and blessings, and they will start coming more and more and more to you. And then you will be adding more things. So it's looking for the positive, and it's almost like opening the faucet for the blessings to really start coming to you. Now we're going to pull the Louise Hay. Okay, right here. And angels and archangels and spirit guides. There we go. Right here. There. I am flexible and flowing. I am open to the new and changing. I am open to the new and changing. Every moment presents a wonderful new opportunity to become more of who I am. I flow with life easily and effortlessly. There you go. Okay. Thank you so much, Aries. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. That helps build up the channel. And if you're interested in a reading, send me an email. And you know, I'm not going to be available every week. It depends on what's going on health-wise for me that week. You know, we will schedule based on your schedule and my schedule. So from Las Vegas today, Nina, Susie, and Bella and I are sending you light and love. Thank you.